Hello everyone, welcome to Pratibha Tech. In this video, we will solve the problem of the day question on Geeks for Geeks for 17th March 2023. The problem statement for today is number of subarrays of 0. This problem is based on mathematical operations and arrays. Let's now open this problem to solve it. Let's go through and understand the given problem statement. Here it is said you are given an array of length n of zeros and ones. Find the total number of subarrays of 0. So here is the problem statement is one liner. Simply it is said that will be given 0 and length n of and that array will contain zeros and ones only. So we have to find the total number of subarrays of 0. So let's understand it better with the given input. A given example here. So here it is input is 4 and given array is 0 0 1 0. So here it is the output is 4. How we got this output 4? Following are the sub arrays of the length 1. For length 1 we have to consider only zeros here. So the sub arrays containing 0 is 0 0 0, that is 3. If we are containing only if we are considering only 1 0 in sub array, so we get 3 in count. Now when we consider 2 of length 2, then we can see here it is 0 0. So here we get count as 1. So the total sub array will be equal to 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4. So here if we try to see this one, then what is done? First it considered these two, and here only it found that there is one combination of 0 with length 2 and two combination of 0 with length 1. So these two were added, and for the last instance since this was single layer, so that was added in to the list of length 1. So that's why we got 0 0 for this 0 1, this 0 1 and this 0 1, and for length 2 we got this, because if we include this one then this won't be valid. So let's understand it better with that with the given in the same example with the approach which we will use to solve this problem. So here if we can see, if we try to go through the approach that we will use to solve this problem, then we can what we can do, we can traverse the given array and keep the track of the numbers of the zeros we encountered so far. When we encounter 1, we can calculate the number of sub zeros. We can calculate the number of sub arrays of 0 that can be formed using the number of zeros we have encountered so far, and we will add it to count. So for this one, what we will do, we have initialized two variables called count and 0. Initially both will be set to 0. Then we traverse the given array, and if the current element is 0, then we increment the zeros variable. So here we can see in this array, given example, this array only I have considered, when I is equal to 0. So here we can find that even array of I is 0. So what we will do, we will simply increment the variable zeros by 1. So that initially it was 0 0, both zeros and count both were having the values as 0 initially. So after this increment the value became 1 here. For the next iteration, when I becomes 1, array of I is still 0. So again we increment the zeros variable by 1, count is still pointing to 0. So this way we are counting the number of zeros in this given array until we encounter 1. Okay, so here but when we get 1, then we try to calculate the number of sub arrays of 0 that can be formed using the number of zeros which we have already encountered. We can do this because when we encounter 1 at index I, here index I is here it is I is equal to 2, then all the sub arrays of 0 that end at index I minus 1 will be valid. So if we look at up to this much, so now I is pointing to this one, so till that point, so all the possible combination of sub arrays with these two will be valid. So here what can be the possible combination? Here it will be the sub arrays could be, one would be of 0 and other would be 0 0. So this is the so these sub arrays, so all the sub arrays that are at the index 1 till this index, now I is pointing to 2, so whatever we have got till now, so those are valid, and these two are those combination. I hope this is clear. However, the sub arrays of 0 that are ending at index 2, so that will contain 0 0 1 will not be valid because they contain 1. Okay, so therefore for each one that we encounter, that means wherever we encounter 1, we can calculate the number of sub arrays of zeros that can be formed using the number of zeros we have encountered so far. We can use the formula zeros into zeros plus 1 by 2 to calculate the number of sub arrays of 0 that can be formed of length 1 2 3 up to the count zeros, this variable count zeros. This formula will calculate the sum of natural numbers from 1 to zeros, which gives the count of sub arrays of zeros that can be formed of the length 1 2 3 up to zeros. So we will be using the formula of calculating the sum of natural numbers, n natural numbers. So this was the sum of n natural numbers, n into n plus 1 by 2. Same we have used there, only the variable names is changed. Since we are counting the number of zeros and storing it in zeros variable, so that we have used zeros into zeros plus 1 by 2. Okay, so by using this formula we got the output as 3 here. So now we update this zeros. Whenever 1 is encountered, so we will reset the values of the zeros variable, and we assign whatever the value we get to count. So for the next index, when I is equal to 3, so here we can see array of I is again 0. So here we will start the same thing. Here increment the values of zeros variable and keeping the count same as the previous one. So this way we will do. So at last, so here till this point, and then our loop will terminate. Okay, so we also need to add the count of sub arrays of 0 at the end of last index. At the end of last index separately, after we have traversed the entire array. This is because we will not encounter another one after the last index to calculate the count of sub arrays of zeros at the end of last index. So when we are using this formula to calculate all the possible length of sub arrays, when we encounter 1, but suppose when this loop is getting terminated here, so now we are not encountering any another one, so that's why the zeros will be pointing to 1 here and the count will be 3 because we have encountered the last zeros. So even this has to be added to the given count. So that's why when the loop will terminate, we have to do it separately for the last index. So when we do it separately for last index, so here it will be here zeros is 1, the 1 into 1 plus 1 by 2. So here, and we need to add count to it. So even let me include this. So it will be 3 plus. So 3 plus 1 plus 1 by 2. It will give us 1. So 3 plus 1 will be 3 plus 1. It will be 4. So 4 will be returned as an output to this. I hope this is clear. So using this approach only, whatever we have just discussed, we will write a solution for it. Just for saving the time in typing, I have already typed it. I'll just copy it here. Control V. So here we will try to see step-by-step algorithm approach for the given implementation. So here the way I have discussed using that example, the same thing it has been done here. We are initializing two variables as count and zeros to 0. Then we traverse the entire array from left to right. If the current element is 0, then increment the zeros variable by 1. If the current element is 1, then we calculate the number of sub-arrays of zeros that can be formed using the zeros variable and add it to count variable and reset the zeros variable to 0. This one. So this is the same formula which we have used, which we have seen in this example, which we have used it here. Okay. So after we have traversed the entire array, then we calculate the number of zeros that end at the last index separately using the zeros variable and add it to the count variable. Then simply we return the count of subarrays of 0. Okay. If you try to go through the second example here, so here it is said that given array contains all zeros. So here the output is 10. So here if you try to see the explanation, then here it can say, here it is said for that means subarrays of length 1, we have 4 in count because 4 zeros are there in the input given array. Okay, so length will be 4 here of length 1. For length 2, we have got 3 combinations. These two, and these two. Okay, if you consider the subarrays of length 3, then we get 2 in number. If you consider the subarrays of length 4, we get 1 in number because it is all 4, so only 1 in number. So if you try to see, then here it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. That will give us to 10. So because of this only that formula has been used, where it is zeros into zeros plus 1 by 2. It is similar to n into n plus 1 by 2, where we calculate the sum of n natural numbers. So same thing, approach has been used in both the examples. But only thing is that whenever we encounter 1, then we calculate for that previous valid substrings of zeros, and if we encounter any other zeros after that, so we calculate it separately out of the loop because there is no more ones in that one. And only we need to reset that zeros variable count whenever we encounter 1, so that we can calculate it afresh for the remaining part of the arrays. I hope this calculation and this approach solution, everything is clear. So now let's try compiling this code. So here we can see we have got our correct output. Let's try submitting the solution. So here we can see all the test cases have been passed and this problem has been solved successfully. So talking about the time complexity of this solution, it will be big O of n, where n is the length of the input array. This is because we are traversing that array only once in the linear manner and performing a constant time operation for each element. Thus the time complexity of the given solution is linear in the size of the input array, and hence this itself is an efficient solution. Okay, so I'll be providing the link for this question in the description box. Please do check that. That's all in this video. Please like, comment and share the video, and please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.